go through life, and when they're forced to reflect is when a situation happens. Someone close to them dies, they get struck down in a way. Tell us about the story we heard about you actually being in a situation where you got shot, and how this impacted and what kind of effect it's had on your life.
Well, yes, that's true. I was shot, and that definitely kind of I think it opened up anybody's eyes in terms of life. And I don't want to sit here and say, like, for example, some people refer to people as born again a Christian or born again.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that, but it did definitely open up my eyes, and I didn't all of a sudden become a Muslim because of that, but it definitely opened up my eyes on life and how it can be gone like that. And after that, I mean, I was definitely doing more research with friends of mine who bring it into my life and telling me more about it. And it just definitely made a lot more sense and made things a lot more clear, especially having an experience like that where, almost having your life taken away from you.
Yeah. So that's what it forced you. It wasn't like you were just, a different person now.
Yeah, it wasn't like
that. It just had you reflect more. That life can be taken away. We take it for granted.
Yes.
It can be taken away at any time.
Yes.
In this situation, it had you realize that fact.
Yeah, one night you go out and you don't know if you're going to come back or get shot. And you don't know.
So do you now, starting to, because you're new to Islam, starting to implement like the prayer and and some of these other things, are you more conscious about the things you do as opposed to before?
Yes,
and why?
I am. You know what it is that, for example, like the praying, they have you pray 5 times a day, which is actually really great.
God has you praying 5 times.
Yes, Allah has you praying 5 times a day, and it's actually good because, like you were saying with rat races, getting caught up with the rat race in life, you get caught up in a fast pace of living and life and school and work and whatnot. But I mean, if you could set aside time 5 times a day to pray, you take yourself away from that environment and you get to really think, about life and staying on the straight path and praying to Allah. And that's actually I look at it as really good because you get so caught up in life that 5 times a day, you put aside some time, you pray, and you really get to think and reflect, and then you go on about your day, and that's.
It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, look, if I pulled you $100 now, what would you say? You thank me, right?
Yeah, thanks.
But the one who's giving you more than that, your eyes, they're just priceless, and your health, you can breathe this air for free. He's not charging you,
Right.
It's just to be grateful.
I mean,
right?
Of course, yeah. It's not. I mean, of course, it's not a piece of cake. I mean, there are some things that you need to sacrifice, and of course, some people might have been used to a certain way of living, so they need to change certain things, but
it's all for the better.
Right. I mean, if it was really that easy, then everybody would be,
Yeah. It's noticed because the path to destruction is easy. The path where people lead, when they don't ask these questions and they let their desires dictate their life form, you see that they go into drugs, into alcohol. Today, anxiety, people on Xanax is like, at an all-time high, painkillers for, naturally when you don't have this connection with your Creator, there's something missing. There's a void. Can you say now that this void that you feel a sense of peace, tranquility, has this affected you in any way now? Do you feel a peace?
Yeah, you definitely feel the peace. You feel more in touch with your Creator, and you don't take things for granted. And you start to live your life a different way, for the better, not for the worse.
Yeah.
And it's great. And if you really take the time to stop and think about it and learn about it, it's not a bad way of living your life. It's a great way of living your life. A lot of people don't know that, and they just get intimidated by the fact you have to do certain things 5 times a day. You pray, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad for you. If you stop and think about it.
Yeah.
It's just educating yourself and learning more about it.
So, what advice do you give for someone who might be out there searching for the truth? He's in the same situations. There's no structure in that person's life. He's young or old, doesn't matter what age, and they can relate to you. Being a Christian or even it doesn't matter what way of life they follow, but they're not satisfied. Things aren't clicking. Things aren't making sense. What advice would you give for those people?
I think just have an open mind and be prepared to listen, take in the information, And if go ahead and do some research on your own, and until you're content with everything. And then if not, you can always log on to deanshow.com and find more information.
Thanks. Well, we'd like to thank you for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So now, as he said, the show is in conjunction with the website, thedeanshow.com. So it's built for everyone, again, to come and log on to see what Islam is, who Muslims are. We have the shows, we have different topics that we tackle and give you a different perspective to see how the Islamic way and how Islam faces and goes and gives answers to these many challenges of life. We have a video page which you can also see other people who have come to Islam. You can also see evidence for the truth, different scientific miracles that are in this Quran. It's on our video page. You also have a library. What we suggest you do is that you visit the library and pick a topic, and then find a show that goes with this topic, put these two together and tackle this specific area, and then go from there. And like I said, for all this, you need one thing, a couple things. An open mind, as our guest was saying also, try to humble your heart. And remember, if you take a glass and you hold it right side up, you're going to get some water. But if you turn it the other way, right, no matter how much you pour, you're not going to get no water. So try to be open-minded, humble-hearted, and if you have any requests or if you're seeking any kind of information, you can go also on our contact page, email us. We'll be glad to try to answer any questions you have. Thank you for logging on. We'll see you again on The Deen Show.
لا إله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله. From those around I hear a cry, oh God, my eyes are blind. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your Iman, don't give in to Shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu Yuhibbul